Hello guys, as you know, PETA released a game, a parody, like the day that Pokemon Black and White 2 got released pretty much. Essentially, kind of like it's a day after the release date, but they released this obscene weirdness called Pokemon Black and Blue Gotta Free Them All. Just to I guess like they're trying to point out animal abuse or something from this, but I'm gonna go ahead and play it and like point out their completely mistaken, obviously not researched things. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Play. As battling Pokemon grew in popularity, generations of children were growing up believing that Pokemon exist for no other reasons than to be used and abused by humans. Children learned about dominance instead of compassion, while Pokemon faced the worst abuses. Children also started bullying each other, until one Pokemon decided he had had enough. So right here, it's basically saying Pokemon is to blame for like all animal abuse and all bullying that's going on, which is of course complete bullshit. Excuse the language, but it's completely true. I mean, like people abuse people because I don't know. I really like. There's not psychology states that people abuse people because a lack of necessity in the home place. So like parents who abuse their kids or something, the kid's gonna go and abuse other kids just to make himself feel better about each other. So that's not exactly having to do with Pokemon. Same with animals, like, Pokemon multiple times in the anime and even in the games says that Pokemon and people are partners, not like Ash almost every time that Pikachu's introduced, Ash is like, "This is Pikachu," and he doesn't say my Pokemon are my pet. He says, "This is Pikachu, my partner and my best friend." So, not they clearly did not do research on that. So we're gonna go ahead and battle. You've escaped from your turn and get ready to fight. So this is how you play this wretched game. So they did mention that, there's weaknesses. So clearly, they have at least grasped, like in research enough to grasp that there's type weaknesses and all that. Protest lover, not a fighter. Pikachu beat down on Sharon with some powerful words. Sharon's attack fell. Discipline. That did nothing. Group hug? What's this gonna do? Pikachu smothered Sharon with a loving embrace, which apparently reduces his defense. Right, choke collar. I'm spiked and I'm trapped. Quick attack, because in theory that should be a physical move. And tail docking. What the heck is? Okay. Anyway, the other thing I kind of have a problem with is now like it's portraying, I guess, animals attacking humans, which is, you know, generally animals have rabies if they're just going to randomly attack humans, because animals actually are pretty much, you know, animals tend to be pretty fearful of humans, and really, as long as we don't bother them, they usually don't bother us. But we'll go to the text. Pokemon are not used to abuse children. We exist for our own reasons. But you're just a Pokemon. This is what you were bred to do. Oh, come on. Even you know what a weak argument that is. Well, my other Pokemon doesn't want freedom. She's a well-behaved Pokemon. She likes to fight and remain caged up in her Pokeball all the time. She doesn't even complain when I don't have time to walk her. This is what makes her happy, after all. If you believe that, give her the choice. Fine. Tepig? Tepig joins the party. What? But I'm the one who feeds you. Doesn't that mean anything to you? And this is a Tepig. Let's get going, Pikachu. I haven't had a good walk in a long time. So, here's Nurse Joy. I heard what you said to Charon. I want to help you. As a nurse, I've seen how mistreated and exploited Pokemon are. So, going over, it's obviously really stupid, because, like, I don't remember, but one of the games was, like, I think Pokeballs are pretty luxurious to Pokemon. I'm pretty sure, like, either the game or the anime points out that inside their Pokeballs, it's actually not really small. For them, for whatever reason, it becomes, like, a very nice home or something. And, so yeah, clearly the argument right there isn't really working too well. But let's, look at the background. Like, they really, really went to great lengths to make this like a horrific apocalyptic game, because like there's blood on the trees, there's bear traps, there's wired fences. I mean, that's just, I don't know, this is pretty grim. This is like a very grim way to put a children's game, so I'm really not sure what PETA's doing. I mean, look at this. Even their Destroy who heals Pokemon has like a hat part taken out of her and blood. Yeah. Um, but yeah, we'll continue. Like all thinking and feeling beings, Pokemon must surely suffer terribly when they are cut up in experiments or forced to fight. I don't know anything that likes to be cut up in experiments or forced to fight. Pokemon aren't necessarily forced to fight. In fact, in the anime, multiple times it shows that some Pokemon don't like their trainers and stuff, and like the trainers will do their best to make the Pokemon happy, and if the Pokemon can't be happy, the trainers will either release them back into the wild, or the trainers will trade them to a trainer that can make them happy. But yeah, like they're fishing here. They're really fishing. I can no longer look into the eyes of the Pokemon brought to me to be patched up, because when I do, all I see is their suffering, and I imagine the strength of the desire to be free from human exploitation. Again, I'm going into the whole Pokemon and humans are partners theme is very much there in the games and the anime. I don't really read the manga, but I would assume so in the manga as well. But this whole theme of Pokemon are your friends and your partners, and you need to learn how to work with Pokemon, or at least live with Pokemon, is very often portrayed in both the game and anime. So I'm not really sure where they got this from. It seems they haven't really gone past much, except for, you know, the Pokemon fighting. But we'll continue. I didn't know any humans spared a thought for our feelings and experiences. Again, you know, partners. Yeah, I think I've drilled it into there. There are some of us who do, but if we work together, there can be more. Here's a treasure chest that I think you should have. I think if you can share what's in here with all of Unova, Pokemon will begin to understand that Pokemon exist for their own reasons. I'll go off and recruit more people to help you. Good luck. Let's see what it's in the chest. So when you open this chest, you can view videos like this.
Take me from here. I didn't ask to be broken. I didn't ask you to stroke my hair or treat me like a worthless token. But my skin is thick and my mind is strong. I am built like my father was. I've done nothing wrong. So free. I just wanna feel what life should be. I just want enough space to turn around and face the truth. So free me. When are you gonna realize?
Right, okay, I've had enough of that video. Anyways, you can see even PETA's pretty terrible at getting videos. Like, that's how animals used to be treated in all those forums and stuff. They're not necessarily treated like that anymore. But yeah, pretty much animals are treated nicely now. Even the ones that we, you know, kill and eat for food, they're treated nicely until the end of their lives. And most of the time, they don't even like cut them up or anything until they're older. They let them live at least like 4 or 5 years before, you know, of course, they're made into food, which we eat, which I think is delicious. If you're vegetarian, you obviously don't eat it, but, you know, actually some vegetarian foods are actually pretty good, I will admit that. So, yeah, actually animals are hardly treated like that anymore, so obviously PETA fishes for the worst of it, but yeah, we'll continue on. If we can get this to the global terminal, we can share it with all of Unova. Let's do it. And yeah, so I guess they kind of researched versus recorders too. Professor Juniper appears. I heard about what you did to Charon. Your Pokemon are up to no good. I've come to stop you. Professor Juniper, how can you do this? As a scientist who studied Pokemon, you should know better than anyone else that there is strong evidence that Pokemon feel pain just as humans do. Anything feels pain, okay? So, yeah, that's obvious. Fact is obvious. It's not about what Pokemon feel. Humans are more important. Let's end this right now. And yeah, again, they're as I've said multiple times, um, they toxin. I get poisoned. I bet. Oh no, no effects. So as I've said multiple times, there's the whole you know, Pokemon are partners. Blah blah. Think I've drilled it. Let's look at petition. I didn't see petition. Whoa, it does. It did damage. That. And now now Tepig became poisoned. Shame. Uh-huh. Tepig is still poisoned. And of course it's not going to have any effect at this point. So here we go. Ember. Which, look at this. This is completely obscene. I mean, yeah, so it shows, like, okay, every Pokemon game has a villain, but, you know, obviously the majority of people try and take care of the villains. Pokemon are not yours to experiment on, Professor Juniper. We exist for our own reasons. Release our friend. Maybe you're right. I can see now how strongly you believe. I didn't think Pokemon had strong desires. I need to think it over. But in the meantime, I agree it'd be best if you took my Pokemon. Snivy to join the party. And, of course, you know, hooray. Snivy's like, has a needle in his head and it, like, I don't know, chicken pox? Something? Snivy, join us on our mission to spread the word about how Pokemon want to be treated. So you're saying Diglett's mouth is a nose? What? That's like random fact. Okay. So they obviously try and add some humor into this, I guess. Hey, look, it's another treasure chest. I hope it doesn't have another sad video in it. There's only one way to find out. So now we open this. It's a mudkip. I heard you like mudkips. Oh my gosh. PETA actually looked up a meme. They actually did something except sit on their duffs and accuse Pokemon. I like all Pokemon. Do you like Mudkips? Honestly, they can be very annoying at times, but I believe all Pokemon should be treated with respect, even Mudkips. Mudkips bear gifts. No. I don't want desktop wallpaper. Wow, thanks. We'll keep going now. Suddenly a wild Snorlax appeared. No, seriously, we're moving on. Yeah. Whatever. So now we go to Gestus. A formidable foe. Gestus appeared. I think that's far enough, Tepig. Guess this, I thought you supported Pokemon Liberation. I don't want Pokemon freed, I want to control them. Didn't you finish the last game? There was a whole twist to the ending. It was great. Yeah, the game was great. And yeah, it did prove that Gestus didn't actually care for Pokemon. But, you know, that's beside the fact. Gestus is obviously a villain. So, of course, he's not really going to care for Pokemon. Good job, PETA. You found the bad guy and made him a bad guy. Anyway, yeah. So, as I mentioned before, you know, the hero always stops the villain and stops, you know, the mistreatment of Pokemon. Well, until I was defeated by a kid. Yeah, you were. Despite my initial failure, I decided to expand my ambitions in the most logical way. I've been working on a business plan to use the skins and meat of worn-out Pokemon to clothe and feed Unova. No longer will used-up Pokemon go to waste. You'll make a beautiful coat, Tepig. And with that, we go ahead and do the battle. Yeah, that didn't do much. Meat Cleaver. So that doesn't do much. So we need to send in Snivy. Meat Cleaver. Alright, so Bullhorn. Okay, Bullhorn apparently confuses Gestus. That's interesting. Educate. Snivy's defense rose. That's nice. Electrocution, which of course isn't going to be effective. At least PETA did that correctly. That's nice. Good job on that, PETA. Apparently grass is super effective against Gestus. Not sure how that works. He's either water or ground or rock. Maybe he's rock. I don't know. So yeah. Oh, Gestus used trap. And now I'm trapped, so that sucks. And you run out of Mega Drains pretty quickly, which is not cool. Still trapped. Meat Cleaver. And I'm out of Mega Drains, which is exceptionally stupid because I barely used any Mega Drains. Yeah. I'm still trapped. I can't even Mega Drain anymore, which, kinda sucks. I mean, look, at least they took the time to realize that there's more than just a male and female Pokemon. I would hope they would, being a animal rights group, they should know that there's both male and female. Oh, Snivy's gonna go down. Snivy fainted. Oh, well. The first time I played this, I didn't even have a Pokemon faint. So this is a first. Electrocution. At least they realize it's not very effective. It's super effective, so he's obviously water. You want Pokemon to wear and eat Pokemon, that's just disgusting. Plus, Pokemon aren't yours to eat or wear, we exist for our own reasons. Really sick mind you got, Gestus. Grown. Just grown. Fellow Pokemon, is it true that you've been helping reach people with a message about kindness to other Pokemon? Count me in. Great, let's go. We're almost at the global terminal. I can't wait to share our message with everyone in Unova. Look, another treasure chest. I'd be careful opening that. Yeah, because trading cards. You've unlocked the Pokemon Black and Blue trading cards. Right. Well, I don't really care for them. So continue. Oh, cool trading cards. Wait, these are about us. How is that possible? Don't look a gift Pokemon in the mouth, Tepic. Pokemon aren't yours to give away, Snivy. You've got a one-track mind, Pikachu, but we're at the global terminal now. And look, it's Ash. Ash, your old master appears. What are you doing here? You don't belong here at all. I'm here to recapture you. You belong to me. Why do you hate me so much that you want to imprison me back in a tiny Pokeball for the rest of my life? So, first of all, Ash's Pikachu has never been in a Pokeball since Ash released him from that Pokeball. So I don't know why they are saying that Pikachu is imprisoned in a tiny Pokeball. So clearly they didn't do any research on the anime. Not to mention, Ash doesn't hate Pikachu. Ash loves Pikachu very much. In fact, even in like the first or second episode, Ash tried to save Pikachu's ass. So, come on, PETA. You're fishing here. I don't hate you, I just don't care. Have I ever shown an inkling of concern about you one way or the other? Yes, Ash loves you, Pikachu. That is shown in the anime tons of times, so, I never asked you if you wanted to battle other Pokemon or wanted to leave your Pokeball to stretch your legs. You've always been a tool to me. And, of course, fishing here, PETA. Fishing. The only thing that matters to me is I make a lot of money in the Pokemon entertainment industry. I don't want you messing with the minds of children. It doesn't mess with the minds of children. In fact, it teaches us compassion and all that, because that's put a lot in the whole it's said a lot in the game and the anime and the manga. I'm sure the manga that Pokemon are partners in be compassionate, blah blah blah. If you really cared about children, you'd want to teach them respect and compassion. Again, Pokemon does that. Good job, PETA. Good job. You're contradicting yourself so much. It's not their hearts that concern me, it's their parents' wallet. Gotta catch 'em all. Ha, what suckers. And yeah. Go Oshawott. So we're gonna do recruit. Oshawott uses recruit. Apparently does damage. Oshawott bamboozled Ash. Ash uses cage toss. Apparently they're calling Pokeballs cages. Protein shake-up. What's this? So they at least know that there's stat boosting moves as well. And Oshawott apparently appears to be the OP of this entire thing right here, which is interesting. Oh man, look at how much that water gun did. Cage toss. This Ash is a lot stupider than the first Ash I faced. And there we go, took care of Ash. It's super effective. Pokemon are not used for entertainment, Ash. We exist for our own reasons. But how else can I make boatloads of cash? What about just using human performers in your entertainment? Or, I don't know, not focus so much on fighting? I guess you're right, there are lots of other alternatives. I could do anything. I could try to free them all. That's stupid. Ash fainted. You've inspired me to start an organization to help spread the message of compassion. Pokemon ethically treated. Awesome. I love it. Now let's share our message with the world. Um, and now, a Slowpoke meme. Like, okay, PETA at least research their memes, because now this is a Slowpoke meme. Hey guys, did you hear about a new group that's working to free Pokemon? They're called Team Plasma. Wow. Okay, yeah, like, blah. Blah, PETA, you're so stupid. And then here, look, Pikachu. So happy. And look, here's the ending message. Congratulations, you've won. You've crushed the trainer's resistance and have succeeded in giving them a higher calling. Now share the message to continue helping others, and remember there's no place in this world for the mistreatment and exploitation of Pokemon. Oh dear. Okay, so now that we finished, ending thoughts on this. Clearly PETA was fishing the entire time to try and, I guess, scare you into stop playing Pokemon, which obviously isn't going to happen. Because, you know, Pokemon does not teach all the things that they say it teaches. It actually teaches compassion and all that. If they would have actually researched the games beyond the battling aspect, they would know that. Or research the anime as well, because, you know, half of the things they said, the anime obviously contradicts on that. The whole love and prosperity and all that. And while, yes, there is villains in it, everybody doesn't like the villains as it is, so they don't really, you know, play along with the villains. So, yeah, this was overall very stupid. I am highly impressed that they took the time to research Pokemon memes, though, like the I heard you like Mudkips and the Slowpoke meme. So, very, very good job on that, PETA, but, you know, what are you doing? Like, why would you waste money to make this complete fallacy of a game, and when you could actually be, you know, saving actual animals about abuse? Oh, I forget, PETA. I forget. The animals you save, you kill. And I'm telling the truth, guys. Go look it up about PETA's, you know, slaughtering tons of their animals that they impounded and supposedly freed, but they kill them not that long later because of the reasons that it was too much to try and take care of them. So, you know, PETA kind of contradicts what they're supposed to be standing for. They kill the animals they try and save. So why should we listen to them? This actually was just, you know, to prove how completely stupid PETA is, and I hope you all join in the whole attack on PETA, which, of course, if you're on Facebook, you already know that's going on. Like, all the people who love Pokemon are leaving comments on PETA. In fact, here's the funny thing. PETA today took down their ability for others to post on their page. Because of all the Pokemon links we were sharing that, you know, disprove them. They're going to be completely mature, and you obviously hear the sarcasm in my voice. They're going to be completely mature and take off their ability for other people to post because they know that they're idiots. So, oh man, this is, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This is really for entertainment and laughing at PETA purposes only. So, you know, if you enjoyed it, let me know. Otherwise, see you guys later when, you know, I do an actual Pokemon battle and care for my Pokemon. Peace.